Well, welcome to round 4, Davo.
Yeah, g'day gentlemen. Round 4 at Adelaide here in Australia. It's going to be a good test for the boys. I'm sure it's going to be some action. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, just picked up on this first qualifying session. So, once again, 9 minute plus a lap. Actually, just saw I was on board with John McDonald, and did just see uh, a car in the background actually just tag the wall out on turn 8. I suspect we'll see a little bit of that tonight. Hopefully not too much, Davo. But yeah, so just picked up with John here. Warming the tyres up, getting ready for his first fly. Looks like he's the first car out. He's certainly the first car out on our screen anyway.
Yeah, and it's it's not championship point specific, is it? The way they've rolled out today. So
Not quite. It's traditionally it would be, but obviously with the introduction, we've had some of the AK boys join us this week, which we're grateful for their presence. So obviously we've got James Delaney, we've got Ross Macker and Dave Smith here over from AK. So
excellent.
yeah, real pleasure to have those guys on board tonight. And looking at their times early in the week, they'll make a bit of airtime by the look of it.
Sounds good, and yeah, like you were saying earlier, a little bit of a brush on the wall at turn 8 is probably going to be a regular thing, or it's a regular theme over the evening. Adelaide, not a very forgiving track, particularly in these things, so it'll be interesting to watch. Like I said, plenty of action, should be good.
Yeah, 100%. Just watching JB in the number one 888 entry. Just still coming down there. This is his second lap. What we would have traditionally deemed as a flyer, and not really seeing him attacking. I'm just wondering whether he's actually going to have a real good go this one. So I'm not sure whether you can see the stats or the numbers there, Davo. But has he got a super soft on? I'd expect he does.
Who are we looking at there?
So JB in the one car. So he's just posted a 24, which is probably a good second and a half of what we expect to see them.
Yeah, actually, I was watching John before he just flicked over here to JB, and he looked like he was still looking for temp in the tyres before he crossed for his second lap. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Most of them on super soft, so
yeah,
everybody up the front. Oh, and then JB's gone round off the curb.
Oh, it's Jeffro.
There, but Jeffro.
Yes, you're looking at the boost car, were you, Davo?
I was, sorry.
Yeah, Jeffro went around. So we've seen the first indicative time from our two new guys. So Ross Macker up the front on a 22.979 early. So I really felt like that definitely Ross and Luke Compton, our existing member, who's showed some pretty good form of late. We're going to trade time. So there's around just over half a second between Ross Macker and James Delaney. James Delaney is another one who I did really think was going to show a good patch of form. These boys have actually already had a round here over at AK, so they're well and truly accustomed to knowing where to put the car, and albeit we might run a little bit less grip, these guys are really talented and showing some good speed. James just rubbing the wall out of 8. I don't think it cost him too much as long as the steering's not bent.
Yeah, and like you're saying, you know, if they've just recently run around themselves, and you know, these guys will be up to speed with setup on the car, and obviously, like I said, you know, where to put the car at the right time as Ross Macker goes off deep into the final turn.
Yeah, James Delaney actually catching up on the back of, I think that might have been Owen. Then it might have been the Jake McKellar car, I'm not sure, but that certainly compromised the back end of that lap. I'm not sure whether he was on a really hot one there, but it might have, because he's actually improved on that. So even with the little balk into turn 14, he certainly improved, and he's only a tenth and a half off of the top spot currently held by Ross Macker. So Josh goes to the top. Our very own Josh Vediger, just straight to the top on a 1:22.955. So the times are very, very tight at the moment, Davo, with Ross Macaroni 0.024 off it. So Luke Crompton very close behind that. James Delaney so close behind that as well. And then only just under half a second back to Nick McIndoe brings up the top 5 with 3 minutes to go on the session. This is heating up already, pal.
It is, and I think it's going to be indicative of the racing we're going to get tonight. You know, with the new boys in here, and they're obviously, clearly showing some pace. It'll definitely give Josh Whittinger something to think about, but, you know, as usual, masterclass, puts himself on the top of the time board as the time winds down. So let's just... Who are you on at the moment? Ross, is it Ross Macca maybe? We can...
Sorry, I was still riding with James Delaney then, but I just want to pick up on a solid effort as well, not just from Nick McIndoe, but Ashley Vediger, and he's currently in the pits, but he's sitting in P6, and he's got some pretty solid names behind him at the moment, the likes of John McDonald, JB, Farmer, Anthony Chesner inside the 10 at the moment, David Smith, our very own old Mumsy, you know, who you and I go back a lot of years with this guy. Raced him a long time ago back in the adrenaline days, so good to see Mumsy turn back up. Aztec there in 12th, 2.5 seconds off the pace. Talked to Aztec earlier in the night and he was really not comfortable with the car. Just moves it up on a 25.0 into 9th, so it's a solid showing for a guy that wasn't feeling real comfortable. But, wow, Davo, you know, how's about those times up the top? You know, I knew it was going to be close,
quick.
but that's not even a blanket stuff, mate. That's
no.
These guys are looking like he's on another tidy one there, Davo. Pressing on. James Delaney to the top on a 1:22.6. That's a solid lap.
Wow.
That is nearly 3/10 ahead of Josh Vediger. So I'm not sure. So Josh has just come round 7, heading round the back up to 8. I'm not sure what his sectors are looking like right now, but James has given it away. He knows that's all she wrote on that tyre, so he's put it in the pits. He'll be hoping that that's enough. Josh gets a good run through 8 on the hard cut in 5th. We know that he's had a good run there if he was on the hard cut early. So he's pressing on. If he can keep this clean, he may challenge James for this top spot, but either way, he's looking like a front row at the moment.
Well, either way, but knowing Josh's form, you'd expect him to have a good crack at it here. He knows how to be at the top end here. Let's see the final turn.
Yeah, pretty tight. He probably missed the apex a little bit, but he may run that slightly wider line, and we'll see what he gets coming across the line here. And he does enough with a 1:22.324 to be 3.5 tenths quicker. That's a solid effort.
Mate, how are these times?
Hey, so I'm just picking up on Ross Macca here. This guy was leading the time charts all the way. This guy's got the ability to run a very, very low 22, so it's not all over yet. He is in overtime. He did get across the line in time. He does back it down into 9, a little bit squirmy off the exit. Lots of power down in the Castrol, listen.
And I did watch him just on his warm-up there before we flicked to Josh. On his warm-up, I think he's very particular getting the tyres up to temperature, and it'll be interesting to see whether it made any gains.
He's run pretty deep into the to the last corner.
And just so wide that he had to stay on for a long time. So
he may have got an invoice for that, mate. That might have cost him big in that last corner, because the rest of the lap didn't look too shabby. Wow, what a amazing qualifying session from the whole team. Josh Vediger takes provisional P1 at this point, and unless we see something late from Jeff, we don't see anything there. Aztecs on a final run. Josh has just brought it over the line again. He hasn't improved. What an incredible run from these guys. We'll just take a quick break, guys, and we'll be back very, very shortly.
Nice one.
Right, so just welcome back, Davo. So we've just picked up on Josh here, and who got the pole just by around three and a half, just under 3.5 tenths on James Delaney. So that's a solid effort. Ross Macker tucked in there in third. Luke Crompton in fourth. Wow, this is going to be some start, mate, I tell you.
Mate, if that qualifying's anything to go by, this is going to be epic. Lights are up.
The lights are up.
Adelaide race 1. Watch this stuff.
So pretty even start there from Josh and James Delaney. James Delaney having a slight overlap. Josh has got the inside and will get the better of it. James,
very nice.
Has a
very
cool
tidy
head.
Stuff, boys.
And tucks in there. I'm just looking back down through the field. It looks like most guys are relatively tidy through there. We'll get a
little awkward, but
yeah, absolutely. We'll get a pick up on that very shortly, just to see what's going on. But a good start from both Josh and James.
Bunching up into turn 3 there as they get into the complex part of the track here with the left rights, and a bit of contact there with it looks like Kenny maybe and Jeffro.
Okay, so just picked up on Kenny's on the inside of Jeff down through 7. We've got the standard rule down here.
Cold tyres, muscling for space.
Just watching them all filtering now down into 8 Davo on a static. That's a beautiful shot. Little rub on the wall from Racing Mule there. Got B-Dog on the inside of one of the Castrol cars, but he gets through right, and Jake bringing up the rear. That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, I'm sure they're just, look, as much as they want to race, there's a little bit of reservation in the first lap with the cold tyre, especially around here. You can really damage your car badly. Really well done by the boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bit of side-by-side stuff, but real good, clean lap for Adelaide. Tough
hey, look,
do.
we might pick up. I feel like the battle group right now is possibly on. I'm going to say Nick and John. So I'm going to flick over to that. I believe that's the group at the moment. That's the closest margin we're looking at. Josh has made nearly 2 seconds on James Delaney in the first lap and a half, so he's really wanting to check out.
Mate, and totally agree. What better track to just get away from the traffic in? And look at those boys, they've got a good spread, they've got plenty of air. Farmer just getting a bit of a clip on the wall as he comes out of 7.
Yes. I just want to pick up on Ross Macker. Obviously something happened to Ross at the start that we missed, unfortunately, not being able to look back on our screen very quickly back there, but he's back in 16th place, and I actually think he was the car that was second to last in the Castrol car, so Ross has had something come unstuck. Hopefully that wasn't too serious, and hey, look, I think we will check up on Ross, because we know he's got a lot of raw pace, and he'll make his way through this field. He's already up to 15th, so I think we might just jump on board with Ross and just see what's in front of him right now. Okay, so it's just
past. Unfortunate for Ross, because really quick in qualifying, clearly. Where did you think he got tangled up there, gentlemen?
I got a feeling it was turn 3 or 4. Obviously, we'll have a talk to Ross at some point, and hopefully get his view on the events. But yeah, that's unfortunate for Ross, and he'll press on. So hey, I'm just going to pick back up on the battle between Nick McIndoe and JB, because this one is one of those ones that I don't think is going to go away in a hurry. Yeah, the back there. So just looking at them coming down to 8. We've got a car up the back there. I believe that's Ash Vertiger that was looking like... Was he looking at a move on Farmer, do you think, Davo?
Look, Farmer just looks like he's taken a little bit to just settle in the car, and he's had a bit of a brush on the wall here and there. I think he's a little bit nervous in the car still, so yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Ashley or whoever's behind him is going to, you know, like put a bit of pressure on. everyone's here to race, and
Yeah. Hey, look,
if he's slow, he will.
yeah, and
Yeah, real hit.
Farmer's an experienced racer. He'll get himself to put juicing down. I've just picked up with David Smith, just a little bit of lag spot there. I think Dave's racing out of Jakarta these days, so it's a top effort and a great connection for him to be able to do this with us, and we appreciate having him here.
Amazing.
He's doing an incredible job. He's just tagged onto the back in 13th position behind our other Caruso Nissan driver of Anthony Chesner. So yeah, these guys will go at it. The Nissan's showing a really solid showing here tonight with these newcomers turning up in this.
Yeah, I just wonder, as you say that, gentleman, whether the local boys here have just maybe got a few tuning tips from the newcomers and for the Nissans, and because they're showing some good pace and the cars are looking solid on track. So
hey, we might just jump on board with Aztec, because he's putting a lot of heat on Rob, and he's looking for a big move under brakes down into 9, and if he can hold this in there, he'll get it done. Rob will be looking for a switchback. Does he get it done? Aztec holds that one. Kenny runs wide and tags the wall into into 10, 11.
He's disappeared into the landing zone.
That's unfortunate for Kenny.
Looked like he might have copped a little bit of inside wheel. Stupid just unsettled the car there. Oh, Aztec very deep in the final turn there.
Yeah, so Rob looking like he almost had a run back on that. So hey, that margin up the top with James Delaney and Josh is still hovering around the 2-second mark, with Luke a further 2.5 odd seconds behind that, being around 5.5 seconds off the race lead right now. Jumping back to Nick McIndoe on 4th, he's just under 10 seconds off of the lead. And obviously Johnny Mac sitting there in 5th with... Oh, we've had a big spin at the back. That was Carlo racing you. I didn't quite see what happened there. There was contact. Just looking to see if there's a redress from anybody, if anybody's feeling that they're involved in that at this point. These guys are pressing on.
It's a shame. Racing wheel back in the pits there, I see.
Yep. So
he must have sustained some damage, unfortunately, from that. We'll have a look at that later.
We sure will. So just want to jump on board here with James Delaney, just quickly, Davo, and if I can't just get an idea. So that's him looking up the road. We're just riding roof cam with him at the moment, and he's looking at Josh, some 2.4 seconds off of Josh. Josh down into 1-2 at the moment. I know both these guys will be enjoying this, because Josh enjoys the challenge. He hasn't been as challenged of late over here, so it's nice to have James turn up and really keep some pressure on him.
Oh yeah, definitely. These guys are in a class of their own, and it's hard to get the competition sometimes, depending on which community you're racing in. So fortunately, ASR does have some quite solid performance. So he doesn't see it too often here, but yeah, Josh in a league of his own just recently, so it'll be interesting to see how James keeps up with it all. And unfortunate that
Ross came up with the
Ross,
hey Ross,
yeah,
I'll just jump on with Ross, because he's just
Ross
moved up.
Yeah, he's coming up in behind there, behind Rob A, and he's moved just past Ashley as well. So.
Well, he's tucked in behind Ashford now. So yeah, so the 15 Kelly car of Ross Becker is the one on the move. I do believe he basically went to second to last, and he's on his way already, focusing on the top 10 at this point. So he's got Ash in his sights. Ash will drive a defensive line, but he'll be smart about it if he sees Ross turn up with a heap of pace. He doesn't think that he can maintain, hold him there. He'll let him go and maybe try and tag on the back.
It'll be interesting to see. I noticed that quite a few boys running the super softs. So it'll be interesting, when they get tight like this, and they need to pass, and they push so hard to get up close in position that their tyres have spent and really don't have much to offer when it comes to the actual passing manoeuvre itself, and that'll be interesting to go. This is a quick race. So
Yeah, so we're approaching the halfway point now. Obviously, 20 minutes plus a lap. You'd probably see us around the 9-minute mark. We'll be 9 minutes to go. We'll be halfway, Davo, and Ross just showing Ash the nose. Ash will be aware of it. He'll be still eyes forward because I'm pretty sure that he'll be wanting to get past that Nissan in front of him.
Oh, Ash totally missed his marker there.
Outbrakes himself. Just a little bit of pressure there from Ross Mack. So that's Ross inside the 10 now.
Yep. You wonder whether it's just, I could see Ross just weaving behind him, and it's just all that, it's all it takes is just that car in your mirror, and you've only got a glance at it, and you've lost your marker, and can create a mistake straight away. Nice driving, Ross, nice pressure, and unfortunate for Ash there.
Yeah, so hey, look, just looking at the two Scotty Pye Boost Mobile Commodore of Jeff Burses, just ranged right up on the back of Johnny Mack. So JB and Jeff Rowe done a fair bit of racing together. Jeff looking like, as per usual, every round that he gets to the back half of the race and he shows a lot of pace. So car looking really good off the exits. This will be a hard one. He'll probably need a mistake from John to get through because their pace, just looking at the last lap times around, was pretty similar. So that gap at the front just about closed inside the 2-second mark before, but I think that's a little bit of rubber banding there, and it's back out to 2.5 seconds again. So
yeah,
Josh probably managing that margin, and then equally James probably trying to feel out the grip here and seeing when it gets to its optimum. What else can you see, Davo? We've got a couple of close battles around there. Obviously we're focusing on Jeff chasing JB at the moment, but hey, look, Ross Mack is...
which looks like it's heating up.
It is.
Given that there's only 8 minutes left in the race, that 4 car lengths that's in Jeff Rowe is still... Oh, may not be enough. Here we go. Side by side into 3, is it?
Yeah, heavy on the outside here. I'd be very surprised if John gave that up.
The pressure's on. The pressure's on, though. They don't mind muscling up.
Ross Mack is only around 2 seconds behind Aztec at this point as well. And with the current lap times he's running, he's well and truly in contention to catch Aztec here and potentially put himself in the running for 8th. And
oh dear, farmer backwards there.
Oh, so there's a freebie there.
Yeah, there's a freebie.
Where was that?
There.
What corner was that on, Davo?
That was just coming out of 4 or 5 there, just as they start getting into the complex part of the track there, the left and rights. Yeah, he'd kept the car well off the track, but he was backwards. He was spectating.
I've just jumped on with that. Oh, Aztec grabs the wall very, very hard through 8. So apologies, it wasn't. It was Owen, was it? Might have been a lap car.
Yeah, okay. Well, Aztecs looks like plenty of pressure from Ross behind him.
So that margin up the front, out to nearly 3 seconds, Davo.
Jeffro and John might be worth a glance too as we move into the closing stage.
Okay, so I've just jumped on there. There's an outside move again from the mobile car, but that 888 Commodore just making itself very wide on the inside into 3 there. So maybe knowing exactly where to put the car at this point, but
he does. He drives a conservative line and he does really well with it, and we know the car's fast in the second half of its stints, so, and look at it there, look at him pull away from Jeffro.
Yeah, I've just really jumped on with Jeff, and Jeff's tucked under the wing. It'll be interesting to see how he gets through 8, and see if he can. Yeah, John's very clean through 8.
Wash there too, so.
Okay, so Ross has got, while we're away, Ross has got Aztec, so he got that job done, so we will just jump back with Jeffro, because yeah, this is heating up for 5th position.
This is, and quite difficult to keep an eye on here because the boys are battling just...
Yeah, Kenny putting pressure on Anthony Chesner. Farmer recouped, regathered, and 14th, and looking at those boys. So we'll just jump back on with Jeff. I don't want to lose this battle at the moment, Davo.
We've got about 5.5 minutes to go, and it is really heating up. Now we've got Ross, although a little bit back behind Jeffro at the moment too. So, doesn't get much tighter.
No, and it sort of, I was just got me thinking, you know, conducted driver briefing before, and I didn't really go into massive detail about the PLP, but for those of our viewers watching, and if you hear that little cymbal chime in the background on our audio, that is the guys effectively getting a track cut, which they are entitled to 5, and on the 6th they will have to do a drive-through based on track limit infringement. So I'm pretty sure that those guys that have turned up, the likes of James, Ross and Dave, be well accustomed to seeing stuff come up on their screens and be watching and managing those cuts through
and
1 and 2.
And managing those numbers, exactly. And their pace is determined by that, and how high or low they are in those numbers. And that's the boys are doing well. Like you see the odd cut, and you'd expect that. You don't always get the line perfect into turn 1, 2 here. It's a difficult section of track, and you're bound to see the odd cut every now and then, especially in the heat of battle. The boys are doing really well.
So Ross is the next guy on the line here, mate. He's made it all the way up to 7th. I'm not sure.
He's back a bit. Yeah,
he's probably going to run out of time before he gets to these guys, and like, mate, this is too wide. Unless he lined up a 2/5 with these guys battling, it should be pretty hard to get past this one, mate, because these guys they're too wide at times, and when they're not, one's covering under brakes and one's looking for an outside, so there's not a lot of room there.
No, the rest of the field's fairly well spaced.
Josh stretching it out to 4 and a bit seconds now, so he really just, you know, it'd be nice to look at the numbers later on and see how consistent Joshy was, because I think you'll find that he probably just hit a number.
Well, after talking to him the other week, he's very his mindset's very much like that. You know, when he knows he's got a solid car, you know, he gets out the front, hits the numbers, mate.
Absolutely.
And just takes it from there. And you know, that wins championships, Dave. Gentleman.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I got it, mate. Hey, so just Jeffro with 2 minutes 50 odd to go. He's just closed this gap again. It looked like
Farmer lets the boys go past.
Yeah, so that was at the 97 Gisbergen car that Farmer's driving.
Yeah.
Just gave him some real estate.
Might be a couple more laps in this, and big brush of war from JB there.
Yes.
Coming out of 2 or 3, should I say.
Cars look really good on track today, Davo. Just going around the staircase at the moment, they look fantastic moving around. Fair bit of brake lockups and smoke and stuff chuffing out, and the car's really
awesome. Yeah, awesome
animated.
Discipline from the boys. It's just, these guys just keep it so nailed. They hit their marks more often than not, and you know, hence the times.
Jeff tucked right under the wing through 8 this time, Davo, and thought about a half a look. Going to run it wide and look for a switchback, but
he's got the pressure on, gentlemen.
Yeah,
this is what we want to see.
They be awake to that. Just looking back down through the field, Kenny and Anthony reasonably close, probably not close enough to go away from this one right now with a minute 40 to go. We pretty much know that Jeffro's not going to give this one up. He's going to stay on it very tidy. I like Jeff's line off of the final turn.
No compromise.
Nothing. But they're just coming up on a back marker as well, and you know, previous rounds, Circuit of the Americas and Eastern Creek for that fact, we saw Jeffro get a really, I guess, lucky run through traffic as far as the guys in front of him. Yeah.
Absolutely, and as they come up on Owen here, and so quickly range up on Owen. Oh, now there's trouble.
Okay, I didn't quite catch that, but it looked like Owen ran into trouble to start with. No real change for those two boys, so nothing really upset other than...
As long as there's no damage. Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's a big hit. I kind of was hoping that wasn't going to happen.
Oh. I just wondered whether John car was
so
slightly
Ross
damaged.
Macca. Ross Macca, the big beneficiary there, because he's
Another
grabbed
win
both
there.
of them.
Bam, there you go.
John taking an incredibly long time to get that car going again.
Yeah, Jeff Rose clearly redressing as we do. And yeah, like you said, John Macca, mate, given to on a silver platter, 2 positions, puts him way back up the pointy end of the field. These boys, I'm wondering whether John's car got damaged, because he was the first car on the scene as Owen was trying to get out of the way there. I mean, and all credit to Owen trying to get the car
he's wiggling the steering right now. He's obviously got some steering damage.
He's got some damage, you know, and he balked, you know, like into the next corner. Jeff Rose unfortunately got tangled up with him, and just an unfortunate incident there.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, so just might be noted the lead across the line with the time frame running, so that there is 2 laps to go. So Joshy's
there you go.
Joshy's coming down into 9 now, so he's only probably a lap and a quarter realistically. But hey, what I was paying attention to right then was the fact that John McDonald is injured. He's just up the road there.
He is. From
Farmer and Owen, I think it is. And I tell you what, Aztec's a half a chance here to get another spot.
He is. He definitely is, and I'm sure he'll have the eyes on for this. So
hey, I just want to jump on here with the Bear Grylls car, who's just ahead of Dave Smith and behind Kenny Simpson. Just want to give a bit of a shout out to the monster car that we obviously saw in real life in the weekend. Went pretty well with Cam Waters at times. New release of the Mustang. And he has got David Smith on his heels, working him over.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that margin...
and on the final lap, these guys race to the end.
Absolutely,
you know, it's not it's not like just lay back and just follow this guy. These guys want every position they can get, and rightly so.
Yeah, so both Ross and Jeff in that last lap running around the mid 124. So John running a 126 and Aztec running a 125. So John really got hurt out of that, and just looking at John, he's up the road there.
I think he's got enough space on Aztec.
It's going to be close, mate. I tell you what, it's going to be close.
On the final lap.
Aztec grabbing a heap of curb through 5 there.
And as much as we can see from our end, is how damaged John's car is. You know, he's more than likely wrestling the Jesus out of him to keep it on track.
Just picked up on Joshy. He just come across the line to take the win. Just picked up on James Delaney in second. Quality effort from James Delaney, and Luke Crompton picking up a solid podium in third there. Well done, Luke.
Well done, boys.
We should be seeing the number 9 car of Nick McIndoe. A solid effort from last round's winner, Nick McIndoe, across for fourth, and probably a standout for me is Ross Macca with just such a gritty drive, having to drive from the back. And obviously got a couple of freebies in there at the end, but hey, you got to be there, so well done, Ross.
You got to be there. Absolutely. What, second to last, back to 6?
Yeah.
Mate, not a bad effort for his first run here.
Holding down 6, and look at that, Aztec did get JB before the line, so unfortunate for John McDonald, but he picks up an 8th. No, he doesn't. Rob got him. So John really struggling. I'm not sure whether he ran out of fuel as well, because he dropped to 9th with Ash Vediger and 10th.
He's pulled up on the straight, so I'd say he has run out of fuel.
I would say you're right.
That's unfortunate for John. That is so unfortunate for John. You know how solid he'll be dirty. He's a good solid racer, and just got tangled up with the back marker, which, yeah, tough call, mate.
It's a biggie. It's a biggie. Yeah. Oh well, done to all our podium getters and all our races. We're going to take a short break. We'll be hitting you with another live stream. Thanks for watching. I'll be back shortly.
Bye bye.
Bye.